Kristen, and today we'll be working with some Jello Oreo no bake dessert to make your frozen Oreo cups, which basically look like this in it. I already have made some, so therefore at the end I'll show you guys, but I'll show you the process. All you will need is a couple spoons because you'll be mixing up some of the crust, the filling. You can use in the blender with some milk, and you'll also need a wooden spoon to basically stir that up. But the extra spoon is just to scoop it in these cup holders. I don't want to say cup holders. I want to say more like cupcake holders.
Cupcake wraps.
So getting up to that, first thing you wanted to do was put these cupcake holders, which I bought these like really pretty ones for about $2 for a 24-pack, into the cupcake pan, which I already have, and then put those aside. Now, first thing you're going to do is that you're going to melt the butter, and you need 4 tablespoons of butter, which I already have here, a margarine, and I'm actually going to melt that right now. And you're only going to put it in for so long until it just splatters everywhere, which you don't want whatsoever. Which is kind of already is. And then all you want to do is basically mix that up. And you still see margarine in there, and that's okay because when you're mixing, it's just gonna work it in. So, and basically, I'm not gonna put the crust in a bowl. Actually, I'm just gonna use the measuring cup because it makes it a lot more easier. Because then you can just scoop it out into everything. So now you're just going to mix it up until, it's into like crumbly type of texture that's very stiff type of thing, and it doesn't really want to like go with everything. And it kind of looks glossy at the same time if you look at it. Yeah, it looks good. Okay. So now with the crust done, we're actually going to put it in the pan. We're actually going to start putting it in the pan. And this is where the fun starts because you kind of get to be a little kid again. And the biggest, you only want to take about that much each, and then just put it in there. Because I have 2 pans I'm planning on making, so I don't want to put too much in there, So I'm actually going to do that. And I'm actually going to do this for all of them until the whole crust is gone. And this actually weighs the cups down. You don't have to spray it. I would not spray them because they have to form. So do not use cooking spray in these cups. Plus they're aluminum, so I don't know why you would use spray anyway. OG's fine. Stop it. Alright. So basically, I'm just putting them in where it's needed. And if too many, one has too many and all that, we can fix that. I'm going to start with the first one I did. And this one's pretty fun at all costs. All you do, take your finger, press it down. And you keep pressing until the whole bottom is full. You don't want it like that. But, and it's going to be pretty warm because of the butter, and that's okay. And then you're going to put them back down there. And then you're going to keep doing it. You do them again. Just take your finger. And it's kind of like playing with Play-Doh, basically. If you guys want to know. It kind of is. And you guys usually know this as a pie. But today, we're going to kind of make cupcakes. I feel like it's kind of like a cupcake kind of day. And I want some cupcakes. This one has a little bit, but that's okay. We can add a little bit extra in there. Now that, and that actually works. And you can see how it's like expanding, and you can kind of smell it. It actually smells good. The best temptation I have right now is kind of chewing my fingers. Because, so those are done. Now I'm on this. Kind of chewing my fingers because I seriously want to eat these because it smells really good. It smells like the top of an Oreo. And it's actually really good. And it's okay if you think the cupcake holders are basically cupcake liners, I should say. Basically is seems like getting wider. Basically, that's because of it. And that's okay. I'm just gonna finish these up. I'll change them a little bit. This one has a lot in it. Mickey. And now my kitty smells cupcakes. Yeah, you smell cupcakes. Really? Go lay down. So now that I'm almost done with these, when we get done patting these down, what you want to do is put some in the refrigerator and then start on the filling, which we're going to start pretty soon. Do this last one. This is where basically the fun kind of comes in at. Alright. So now I'm going to place them in the refrigerator. Cool. Then we're going to start on the there. Begin. So now you're going to need a blender. This is my blender. Basically, it has 5 settings up to it. 5 is the highest where everything's being splattered. You're going to need a cup and 1/3 of milk straight down there. Make sure that's right. Then place them in the blender. And then take your filling. Open that. Now I'm going to pour a little bit at a time. Not all at a time. So now you want to have it, now we have the filling in there and all that. I'm just mixing a little bit. I actually just started it to actually get the milk running and all that. A little bit. Okay, and now I'll get it right there. Now you want to have it on 1. You have this, but it's not 30. Did I forget you guys are supposed to still mix it? You're going to take this spoon, mix it. Sometimes you can also swerve this to help the blender. Basically, because it's in one section. This blender. Whatever. And get it off the sides. And try to get it off the sides. Whichever way you want for your blender. What the hell? Now, now that you guys, see it, I'll let you guys see it for a little bit. Now you guys can see like how thick it is. Basically, it kind of looks like cake its own self. Basically, it's once it's whipped, you're gonna take half of these, half of this bag, and pour it in the mixture. The other half will go on top of the cupcakes. I keep calling them cupcakes. So the cupcakes, when we're on the phone, that's about half. So I'm gonna mix them in now. You don't want to use a blender because then they'll scatter everywhere. They'll be all smushed up. Then it looks like you're having like cookies and cream, which I believe that's the I guess. You're gonna mix this until it's well done, well mixed. Now that it is well mixed, I'm actually gonna put these aside. I'm gonna put that aside until then. I'm actually gonna. And I'm actually gonna get the bottoms out. I'm actually gonna stir this once more to make sure it's all mixed in together. Then all you gotta do now is basically scoop this in. Now you want to scoop it in just like a cupcake. About 3/4 full, or how full you ever want it, depending on your size and perception of how big you want to, And this actually takes no heat, so it's really good. And I'm actually going to come back, and whichever one needs some more, I'll put some more in. And this is really I have enough on it, and I have that mousse. So this is really something at the same time. you want to try to get some of the you can't, well, that's okay. The chips will make some good out of it. And I'm actually just moving on the top. And finish them out. Now I'm gonna go back to this one. And so we already got through 12 of these, and basically this is not a bad batch at all to make it look good. Now, since you're done with these, basically, you got like your fingers now. You're gonna place those in here for about 2 hours now. Alright, so you're gonna place these in the freezer for about 2 hours, and then after 2 hours, you'll see basically what you want. So now those are in there for 2 hours. And basically, this is the finished product. I really didn't. I really made these like the other day. I started eating one, and basically, you're gonna unwrap it, and now you got a cool, nice little looking Reese cup.